Hello and welcome once again to the Lovespoon Workshop. Now, following on from our previous video, we did a little bit of a blast from the past, going back to 1992. In this video, we're also going back into the past a little bit, not quite as far this time. We're going back to 2009. This particular project is probably one of the most challenging ones that we've ever taken on. With the exception of the longest Lovespoon and a few others, this really does stand up there as one of the most challenging projects, because what we decided to do was to carve a Lovespoon in the shape and style of a book. Now that really was quite a challenging project. The difficulty is, of course, we always make our Lovespoons from one single solid block of wood. In total, this particular project, it took us around about 100 hours to complete. It's carved from a piece of lime. Reason for that, lime, it is regarded as an easy carving wood, and with the amount of time and the type of project that it was, you needed something that was going to be relatively easy to work with. Reflecting on what you've seen so far, you've seen the introduction, looking at the actual wood, but you're watching Dad working on roughing out the basic shape of the Lovespoon. At the moment, he's carving what will become a bookmark that will actually be able to insert into the book itself. So before you actually get down to cutting, hand sawing the pages of the book, you try and get a rough outline shape to work from. Now the two sort of disc shapes that you can see on the top there, they are going to be the two links that actually bind. They're like binders that will bind the whole design together, and they are actually the solid piece of the design. The 6 pages that make up this book-shaped Lovespoon, they will actually be freed from those two solid links. So you're almost working in reverse in some ways, because instead of what you would normally do, which is to free the links from the solid, you're actually freeing the pages from the links. So a little bit different in the process of making this Lovespoon. Once you've finished getting your rough outline shape, you then have to go on to your detail. And this book was made up altogether of 6 pages, but you've also got front and back, so you've got to add all of your detail to it. Now the reason that we decided to make a Lovespoon in the shape and style of a book is because Mum, she was actually a teacher, and she spent over 20 years teaching, and when she finished, she decided that she was going to write a book, and the idea of her writing a book, it was geared towards boys who weren't really interested in reading, and it was to encourage boys to get into reading. So that was the idea behind it. So we decided that we were going to make a Lovespoon in the shape and style of a book to help to promote the project itself. As you can see, there's all sorts of different ideas included in the book. Some of the events that we decided were significant to record for 2009 included the focus that was around a slump in the housing market. Quite often on the television we were seeing it portrayed with a downturned arrow. On the other page then you can see the name of President Barack Obama. Very significant point in time. It was 2009, and that was the year that he was inaugurated as president, and we actually tied that story in with the speech that was made by Dr. Martin Luther King. We now come on to what was the inspiration for making a Lovespoon in the shape and style of a book, and that was Kedrig's Challenge. That was the name that Mum chose to give her book. And there you can see what we decided to do is to carve the front cover inside, and you can see a copy of the book that accompanies it. The other major story that we decided to include in this Lovespoon was to do with our own family, and it was recorded on the last 2 pages. We put the idea that it's not the end, and that was because we had a new beginning in our own family, and that was where we were recording the birth of Mum and Dad's first grandchild, Joshua. He was born, and he is Mum and Dad's first grandson. So we were looking to the future and a new generation. But that one there, that is how we've carved a Lovespoon in the shape and style of a book. We hope you've enjoyed seeing this particular Lovespoon. We'll be back soon with more videos, but feel free to like, comment and subscribe.